entrances where you jump down to something, for example, Ganon and Back of Escape, they are only shuffled with other places where you jump down. Which means that there's only like 8 places where Sanctuary can be.
Indeed, and we're off with seeing 50 rupees in Link's house, and already some diversion here. It looks like Hai is gonna go ahead and buy some bombs maybe down here in the shop.
Yeah, only
Or
it might
they
not
would
be
normally
a
would do that, but you know, I'm not used to commentating this mode, so bear that in mind when I say stuff.
Yeah, looks like Gem might be going for an early Houlihan here.
And yeah, that was Ganon.
Yeah, that's where Ganon is. You better do this Houlihan correctly, or otherwise you're gonna fall down to Ganon.
Taiso is already seeing that the boots are not going to be required for desert today.
Yep. An interesting dungeon to find so early. Not only will they be able to most likely get an item here, yeah, that's going to lead to the big chest at least. But also, Desert has 2 other entrances, so you can check the exits and see where that leads.
And that can definitely open up a lot of areas that you wouldn't otherwise be able to go to, like, say, Death Mountain, or maybe just you randomly stumble upon the Dark World.
Yeah, could very well be. And there's a small key as well. Yeah, that was kind of guaranteed to be the small key now that I think about it. Because we just talked about this not being boost luck.
And Gem is not interested in going in there, and Iso takes a Death Warp back to the entrance.
Yeah, finding a dark cave. There's only, I think, 5 dark caves, so most of the times it's not going to be too hard of a trouble to navigate them. But maybe you want to have at least some way of seeing where you are if you only have 3 hearts.
Yes, not necessarily the lamp, but maybe a sword or a hookshot, boomerang, just anything that gives some sort of vision. And Gem here really wanted to get into that cave.
Yeah, and the blue guard just is pretty good at doing what it's supposed to do without even seeing Link there, just blocking the way.
And Haiso almost looked like he wanted to try and go through the dark cave, but opts to go to the sanctuary and pick himself up a small key.
Oh, and that's... So Sanctuary leads to Kakariko. That's a pretty nice place of having Kakariko. Very fast way to get to Kakariko whenever you want.
So very quick access to the Dark World, activating the flute. Very convenient spot. Gem's still struggling here with half a heart.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. It's 1-hit KO mode right now for Gem. Oh, not anymore.
Nice rat giving up a heart.
Yeah, and a nice place to farm some bombs early, because it can be problematic sometimes to get bombs early on.
And this is Sikid pretty conveniently close by to Kakariko as well.
Yeah, but I have some way to take note of that the Sikid is there, because things like that can be very easy to forget sometimes.
You never know when that bottle is gonna show up, and Sikid may have something of value. What's that bat cave?
Yeah, I think that was Magic Bat. So all of those places where you jump down, they are all only shuffled with other places where you jump down.
Yes, but we'll need the powder for that, but another good location to remember, and Yem went nowhere, and now he's a bunny.
Yeah, going back is gonna return to Link again. So that's gonna be an access to East Death Mountain if they get the mirror, because they could mirror at that place and just jump down to East Death Mountain.
Yes, that's the thing with this mode. You happen upon some very bizarre situations where you can get to areas that you didn't really think you would be able to get to normally.
Yeah, certain items like the mirror, for example, unlock so much more in this mode than in the normal mode, for sure.
And Lumberjack here with the Uncle area with 2 items here for Haiso.
Yeah, pretty nice. You can get the items in Lumberjack without beating Aga.
Yeah, I would imagine that Aga 1 isn't as common in this mode.
Yeah, it kind of depends. Like, since Ganon is one of those entrances when you have to jump down, sometimes you're gonna have Ganon behind the lumberjack tree. But otherwise, I would say not very often.
And the Palace of Darkness here at the lumberjack house, I presume?
Yeah, it looks like it. At least gonna be able to get this first. Oh, it's not Bullock straight away, so it can continue.
Palace of Darkness with 3 hearts green mail doesn't sound very enticing, though.
Oh, and there's the Cane of Mario for Gem.
That's gonna be very nice. Almost certainly going to be required at some point. And, well, I guess we're at Hyrule Castle now.
Yep, that's magic with entrance shuffle.
And that's the wrong Sahasrara entrance.
Yeah, that's about what we can do here right now.
Well, Gem still has a few spots here to check out, as Hatsu is being very careful with this pod navigation.
Yep, and since Gem already know where Ganon is, it's gonna be able to risk-free just jumping down here. You're not gonna find Ganon. Instead, we're gonna find Kakariko well, so that's pretty nice.
It's great finding 5 items. Hatsu found the big key in its vanilla location in Palace of Darkness. And that seems like he's locked out, so taking the Death Warp back to the entrance.
Yep. Meanwhile, wow, blue mail and a sword.
Some really nice safety there. We would have really wanted those for Spiral Cave.
Yeah. And the bush crabs have bombs, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, rupees and bombs don't seem to be an issue for our players here, and, well, Yem can even buy some more, but no need for that.
Yeah, and with the, we're gonna see Haiku go for it straight away here. Can just do the back escape. Looks like Gem is going for the same here.
It's just a selection of free items here. Have magic. Wow, that's a really good location for the lamp.
Wow, yeah, that back escape was packed. And they do have the small key, so yeah, they can check the dark sewer chest as well.
It really does feel like the seed is pointing them towards checking this chest out with both the lamp and the small key available.
Yeah, Haiku is gonna have to go for the bomb strats on the rat here, not having a sword or the cane yet.
He does have 4 more bombs. 3 now. This rat is not being very nice. Can't he just bombos it?
Not without a sword.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that part.
So just the harpies, and it's not gonna bite Haiku right now.
It's not the worst thing though, since they're still only on 3 hearts, but Haiku's gonna be able to go back and pick that one up later at some point.
Yep. Hey, there we go. Just 100 rupees and you're all set.
Just checking some more entrances to find nothing of value so far.
Yeah, we saw Haiku finding bumper cave there, but no cape, so I can't check where that leads to.
Here's our lumberjack, and what was that?
I did not see what that was. We might see it when Gem goes over there.
I mean, I didn't see a number, and the shape was, well, have to wait and see. So he's gonna find some secret, and oh, there's the old man.
Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna have 2 starting points in Kakariko once they actually save the old man. Hey, there's some powder. We unfortunately for Gem, is going to that cave right now, but not having picked up that yet.
Mimic Cave also in Kakariko at the Sickhead location. Oh, hello, here are some items, but Haiku, he needs something to kill those Moldorms. 3 bombs is not enough. He can try
Only
and farm
3.
some here.
Yeah, getting 1 bomb there at least.
And that's the thing with this kind of mode where, well, that's a good bomb shop to find there, that you just don't find all that many chests in the early game.
Yeah, they can be so spread out. Like sometimes they can be super close to each other, but it can take a while, especially when you have so many entrances to just scout out early on.
Having found, I believe, 2 bomb shops now in total, at least we'll be able to collect those, and rupees doesn't seem to be an issue right now. Of course, Haiku still needs to find a weapon at some point.
Yeah, I believe it was at Hyrule Castle, right? Where the sword was located in the Kakariko Well.
Yes, the drop-down point to Uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a big bomb shop. Really far away.
Oh, you can see the desert and Palace of Darkness are the 5-6 crystals. No one of the runners have checked the map yet, because normally the most popular way of playing this mode is doing it with Key Sanity, and in Key Sanity you can't do a map check. But since this is not Key Sanity, you can actually just do a map check for the crystals.
That is indeed correct.
Oh, and there's some silver arrows.
They're gonna be very nice. Essentially guarantees, because of its location, both our players are gonna be able to pick those up and not have to worry about dealing with potential, say, Master Sword Ganon.
Yeah, for sure. Like, having silvers early, I guess the bow is gonna be like Gomu.
Jim also has to take the Death Warp out as he's locked out of Pod. Heiser is gonna just see 20 rupees at the race game, can't get those in the first place, but that's something he has to worry about later. I guess it's time to make our trip to the south, and the dam is a really interesting location to find, because the dam is randomized, but so is Swamp Palace, and you need to drain the dam in order to get to the swamp.
Yep. It does mean, at the very least, that you might not need the mirror for Swamp, which you normally would need. Because once you drain the dam, it's gonna stay drained for the rest of the game.
Ooh, Hookshot Cave at the Witch. Not even having boots to check the first chest means that you are out of there.
Yep, there is a connector, though, that you can go out through the backside and see where that leads as well.
That is indeed true. Jim's gonna get his. I think this was essentially his 2 heart containers in here.
Yeah, it wasn't too much here, I don't think.
Well, we are looking for something that will lead our players forward, either an item or a specific entrance.
So I believe at this point we've seen all of the places where you can jump down. All of those entrances except for one, which would be located in the pyramid, and I believe that will be the Forest Thief. So there could potentially be something blocked there by Agahnim.
It's an additional item for that Ganon's Tower, and Ganon's Tower is just a massive treasure trove in this mode. You will need a lot of items in order to go through Ganon's Tower to get that item, though.
So Heiko now having this sword, probably pretty happy of having that now.
Oh, absolutely. It's his first real weapon, since it also unlocks that Bomble's usage. There is also that old man cave there, which also leads somewhere else.
Yep, they do have the lamp to put that in logic even. Who knows? It might be. Never mind. I was gonna say it might be that dark cave they found earlier, but I don't think it was actually. Now that I think about it.
Well, here's this lumberjack check again, and it okay. It was just bombs.
Yeah, so that's. I have to worry about that one.
That is good to know.
So both of our runners doing some catching up from each other's side here.
Yeah, this is at this point 4-man seed apart from that rupee count.
Yeah, it's not giving them too much yet. At least they have a sword, so they can defend themselves. And none of our runners have gone and explored the South Shore yet, so it's going to be interesting to see what we have down there.
There's some additional caves down there that requires the gloves in order to be open, so it could just be that they're trying to find everything else before going there, hoping to find the gloves along the way.
Yeah, especially since it's a pretty long walk to Ice Road Cave, for example. If you can minimize the times you have to make like big traversions over the world, that's pretty good.
Indeed, there's no boots, there's no flute right now. They're very limited in terms of mobility, and their save and quit spots are Link's house and Kakariko. Kakariko is pretty nice, but walking from Link's house, it's still a long trip down south.
Looks like Gem might be going back to desert because yeah, they never actually explored anything in here. Might be checking the exits here, the other exits in desert as well.
Yes, there are 2 more exits here. They can lead somewhere, and do know boots are not required, so there's that.
Yeah, and if they happen to find the back of desert, that entrance, they would actually be able to complete the dungeon as well. So you do have a fire source.
Absolutely, and this big key did lead to the small key over on the eastern side. And Heiser did pick up the powder, and we'll go ahead and check that cave. Or bat hole, I guess. Bat hole in the forest.
Yep, and he is gonna be cursed with the power of cowardness. Nice.
Not sure I agree, but you know, I never say no to a free red mail, especially when I'm only on 5 hearts.
Yeah. I'm just very... I trust Uncle, you know?
I don't trust Uncle. He fell down a hole and then he's worthless. That bow, however, that Yen picked up, not so worthless.
Oh yeah, it's pretty massive right now. Especially since we know where Pod is. And Heiko is gonna get that bow very soon as well, it looks like.
Absolutely, and they've already been into Pod and they've been locked out, and, well, there's that weird Turtle Rock bridge.
Yeah.
Into
Can
Hype
get
Cave.
yeah, that could have been the Moon Pearl because that's in logic, but can't get the rest of the items in there. So that's a good exit to remember because that's gonna be your only way to get to Mimic Cave later, or where the entrance where Mimic Cave normally is.
That's already a guarantee. You get the Moon Pearl, there's 4 items to get there. Gem's gonna also drop down into the bat thing as Haiku is gonna get his single item. So it does look like Haiku is going back into desert to check what's in the main entrance. So we haven't seen that one yet, or he's just gonna take a death warp.
Yeah, by taking a death, you return to State of Link again.
Oh yeah, that's right. He would be stuck as a bunny, even though he is somewhat in the light world, but that's the thing with these places that connect the light to the dark world.
Yeah, you stay as the form that you entered as. But in dungeons, if you take a death, you will always return as Link again. And here's the Dark World. Proper Dark World even, so can do some bunny exploring.
Yeah, you can get quite some info here, moving around, checking out Skull Woods and the likes. Gem is making the trip into Palace of Darkness. Back into Palace of Darkness, I guess you can say.
Yeah, and these entrances in Skull Woods, they will always be Skull Woods because there's so many holes that you can fall down into, so they kind of just randomize the entrances in Skull Woods with themselves.
With the exception of the back of Skull Woods is somewhere else. Well, it could be vanilla, but
yeah,
it's randomized with everything else. And Gem's setting up a death warp here. Red Mail makes it a bit tricky, but he got his keys to proceed forward with the dungeon as Haiku is gonna pick up a big heart.
Yeah, is that the first big heart we've seen? Or has everything else just been like heart pieces so far?
The Moldorm Cave in Kakariko had 2 hearts, and I think one of them was Sank Heart. But you know, they're not gonna say no to hearts this low, even with Red Mail. Gem setting up the so-called hammer jump, known by its name because it's used to get the hammer in NMG. Here it's used to get a map.
Yeah, let's use a map jump today.
The frequent usage of death warps here to be able to return back to Link's original form in the dungeons.
Yeah, it's a very handy.
Well,
there's the move.
Yeah, Gem doesn't have to worry about that now.
Yeah, that move roll is it's pretty nice to have.
And we do have our Dark World access, and Haiku is there, and if we find the mirror, that's Dark Death Mountain as well.
Yeah, and we can get the items now in Hype Cave as well.
Indeed, there's 4 additional items there. So seeing the small key count, Gem knows that there cannot be a small key in this chest down here, so what can it be? Nothing interesting.
So Heiko now going into Palace of Darkness as well is gonna be rewarded for that for sure. And Gem is heading straight for Hype Cave, it looks like. And if he also decides to check the last exit here now, it's gonna find the Dark World access too.
Yes, this is really good for Gem's routing. Just ends up being very convenient for these Dark World access points. In fact, yeah, it looked like he was gonna skip out on Hype Cave, but it looks like he remembered it.
Yeah, I think possibly they wanted to check that exit first, just in case it's nothing and he has to do a save and quit. But sometimes you can go out of an exit and you can't go back in again if you come out of Ganon's Tower, for example, or Turtle Rock or something like that. So it might be why they decided to go here first instead.
We did get to see Green Pendant, Thieves Town, and a regular pendant over in Skull Woods, with the other dungeons, of course, them being crystals.
We got flippers there from Hype Cave. That's not bad.
Well, they do have rupees for Sora, but I imagine it's a pretty low priority at this point.
Yeah, with so many things open in Dark World.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna head to the Dark World first. There's so many entrances and hopefully some items to go along with it.
Yeah, the flippers do open up a few other locations that they normally don't in the normal game. For example, the Ice Road Cave area, but in the Dark World, you need the flippers to get there, which is free entrances.
And Heiko also got the hammer map jump, I guess we call it now. And there's Castle Tower. Hello, Aga. How are you doing? Goodbye, Aga.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. And also, I just realized the flippers actually give us East Dark World access as well right now.
That is absolutely true. You do need the flippers or the hammer to make that transition. Unless it's Aga 1, but you know, that means you have to do Aga 1. That's the first time I've ever seen someone buy a heart in a shop.
Yeah, it's not the most common thing you see.
I mean, he has the rupees for it, so why not? He's in the Dark World with only 6 hearts.
Yeah, he can buy 75 more hearts if he wants to.
Pretty certain he's still saving some up for Sora, Digging Game, and a few other locations.
And here is Ganon's Tower. Can't do much so far though. Yeah.
That's an annoying little small key there though.
So since Gem went over to grab this key, we'll imagine they plan to use this very soon, which might mean that they will do the bomb jump to sequence break the right side for not having the fire rod.
You can do that, right?
Yeah, it's a bit tricky, but it's definitely possible.
Well, there's the dam in the big bomb shop. That's a really convenient location for it. So now we're just waiting for water to flow and tiles to be... I don't know what the tiles are doing, spinning around.
Yeah. Okay, taking the way back here, so not gonna go for that bomb jump.
Yes.
But
3 small keys. There's the witch for a haiku, located over in. I don't know what to call that.
I think it's just like I'm not even sure. I just call it like North Shore.
I'm gonna call it Dark Fortune Teller at Lake. Just making up names on the fly to see what works, you know.
Yeah, why not?
These are areas that you don't see in the typical randomizer, so they don't really have an accepted name to the same degree.
So in Swamp we have...
Oh.
Hey, it's Ashula. That's not bad. Oh, and there's the boots. That's almost vanilla.
Almost vanilla, and the Quake as a bonus. And also something else to point out, since the dam has been drained, there is an item laying there in the light world.
Yep. And going straight back up here to the bomb shop, because behind the bomb shop there's a couple of rocks that you can bonk into and open up another entrance. But nope, seems like we're skipping that.
Yeah, that bonk spot there was actually what brought him into the light world, or the dark world. I don't remember where it came from originally, but it was a Death Mountain cave that led there.
Oh, okay, never mind that. It's just me not paying attention.
I mean, it's entrance randomizer. There's a lot of stuff going on. And both players are diverting significantly from each other.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting things with this mode, I think, because there's so many potential of divergences.
Well, Haiku here with the digging. Yem looked like he wanted to go down to the dam, but he's going for a swim instead.
It's only 50 rupees there from the dig game.
Yeah, not happy about that one. Save and quit, and let's see who's gonna go next. Yem may actually now decide to go through the hookshot cave here. If he does, wow, that's extremely unfortunate, both falling and taking a hit from the bomb.
Yeah.
And Haiku's back into the desert again.
Yeah. Can pick up the map if they want to. Probably not, though.
Probably not. Oh. That's one of the worst entrances in the game, right?
Yeah, more or less. Not much you can do there. At least Gem has a reason to actually check this area now.
Oh, well, Agena leads somewhere. Where will Gem show up? Oh, hello.
Yeah, so that's another way to get to the Dark World if you want to.
Well, we got some entrances to check out here. Psycho's been disappointed by the Hive Cave. And that's an almost vanilla entrance. What?
Yeah, that was pretty close, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is nice. Can grab the rest of the items in here, and also 2 exits that can connect you to somewhere else.
Yeah, this is very significant, being able to find one of these places that leads to other locations, but also gives you items along the way.
Yeah, and I think one of the most impactful connectors to find right now would be up to the normal Death Mountain. because there's a lot of entrances up there, and we haven't had anything lead up there yet.
Yeah, we're still looking for something to get there. It could also simply be finding the flute, because that would also open up those locations. Going through escape is pretty standard here for Gem. Haiku still checking some of these locations. He's gonna go into GT, he's gonna find some small keys, and that's about it. We can get the additional small key on the torch, so there's that.
Yeah, not really gonna help them right now though, but
Well, I think Gem's gonna do the slowest death warp in existence here.
well, at least the green guards always do half a heart of damage, even in red main.
So Haiku did not go over there to the left and pick up the small key under the pot. He's leaving that for later. He's just exiting right now.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised with that actually. Normally, Tyrum is just one of those normal chests that you pick up in entrance, I would say. Because you're looking for a lot more things than just a big key.
And Gem, extremely unfortunate. The main entrance from Hyrule does lead to King's Tome, and he hasn't found the boost yet, so he's stuck.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate for sure. But that's one of the risks when you walk out of an exit. You're not guaranteed to be able to go back in again.
And there's a few locations like that, like those bonk locations if you don't have boots, the Turtle Rock main entrance if you don't have that.
Yeah,
open.
at this point, all of the rocks that you can't lift up as well.
Yeah, that's also true. So Yen going for a swim. Gonna check out the Hobo and caves over an Ice Rock Cave area, and maybe then it's time for Sora. Maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Can also check the entrance in the lake there as well.
Yes, that's an additional entrance that can be checked. Aiko moving through escape with the boots significantly faster. Yem still going back with the swimming, just waiting to see where he's gonna go, and Heiko is not gonna be locked away from King's Tome if he takes the main entrance. He can just go back in and then check the right side.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fortunate for Heiko having the boots at this point.
Well, there's the library, but the library is not needed today.
That's a very exclusive library, I have to say.
Considering there's only one pair of flippers in the entire world of Hyrule, yes, it's very exclusive. Here's one of those locations that he can't check, can't lift up that rock. Or maybe he will conveniently find the gloves right next to it, or maybe he won't.
Yeah, I would have been very nice spot to find them though. Oh, and there's the other part of Bumper Cave, so know how they connect now.
So we can go from Kakariko to Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too bad if you do get the gloves to go over there and check that location later.
Yeah. As long as they have the cape.
If they do find that cape, indeed.
Oh, and Heiko is now also gonna get that that heart piece from the Dark Sewer's chest as well.
Oh yes, he didn't have the sword when he went in here earlier. Makes a lot of sense to go and get it right now.
It's a bit of a slower Death Warp here though. Or
Yeah.
oh, actually. Oh yeah, Heiko must have gone in through the Dark World, because those rats did a lot more damage than they normally do. Because when you walk in from the Dark World, the rats will do the same damage as the crickets in Feast Town.
Yeah, he went from the left entrance, and the left entrance is actually in Thieves Town.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Otherwise, that would have been a very slow Death Warp.
Also, Sword was just a heart piece. Never mind. And Gem, unfortunately, has not drained the dam, so cannot get the outside item, and that's just 20 rupees in that cave.
Here's from Heiko type another interesting location to keep check of, because when they get the mirror, they can mirror up there and check the normal way to get out of Death Mountain.
Speaking of Death Mountain, Gem's gonna be able to get himself an item here that may be valuable or maybe not.
Yeah, at least gonna get the connector. Oh, and it's gonna go for the bomb jump here.
Yeah, it's not one of the more common bomb jumps, but it's really well executed.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to check that, but oh, that was just mimicking it, so...
That was not the Death Mountain access that they were looking for. And Heiko, not having gloves, can't continue and check Catfish. Something to check this area here that actually exists in the game.
Yeah, this is one of those areas you very rarely see in a normal game, unless you're playing bingo or something.
Ooh, Dark Death Mountain access has been available here now for Gem. And Meyer for Haiku.
Yeah, it's actually completable if you combine the items that Gem and Heiko has. Gem needs the boots to get in there, and Heiko still needs Kano Samaria.
And it looked like it was Bombos for the Turtle Rock entrance, but I mean, it's just a random entrance that you need a lot of stuff for, so it may be completely irrelevant. Haiku is going in.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate because they're not going to be able to clear the dungeon out, but hopefully for Haiku's sake, at least going to get the 2 items.
He has half magic and bombos to dispatch these rooms as conveniently as possible, given the circumstances. Again, taking the long way over to check what's in the Spike Cave today, and today it is a Turtle Rock entrance. We've not seen that before.
Nope, but they do have the cane, so can do a bit of exploring in here.
The Turtle Rock's a bit weird when you enter it like this.
Yeah, it's a bit weird in general, because it has so many entrances. And the entrance that Gem found here is it's the only way to get to the big chest, more or less, because you're not going to have the other entrances here, just connect them.
And Bombos is just proving to be extremely good at this point for both our players. Yeah, that arrow was not worth the investment.
Yeah, Spectacle Rock had like 10 times that many arrows.
Yeah, Spectacle Rock confirmed the big place for value then, I guess.
That's one item from Heiko.
piece of heart, but it's a full refill, but who knows, maybe he wants to do a death warp after this. And Yem is kind of locked in here, no small keys, so chain jumps do a lot of damage, so that's good for him. So how many more interests does Yem have to check here? Let's see, is they going back?
Yeah, I don't remember if I checked this or not.
I think this is, yeah, this is the way back. He fell down here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Heiko is going to spend some 17-18 seconds or something waiting. And be back over on the other side again. Well, vanilla big key, but that's the Eastern Palace for Gem.
Yeah, fully completable as well. And it is a crystal as well, since the music is not shuffled. This is the crystal music. That should mean that Tower of Hera is the last pendant.
Yeah, that would be correct. And this should be our first crystal of this seed. Everything is in logic. Has the lamp, has the bow.
Yeah, Heiko type found the last item there, Meyer, so it's not gonna have to go back to Meyer until they're in go mode at least.
Oh, that's the wrong ice rod cave there.
Yeah, that's the bad part. Just get fairies instead of a random item. Looks like Heiko is now gonna check the light hype cave, which is gonna lead them to that Kano Samaria.
The interesting thing here, though, is that dam, that one item that he managed to open up that Gem did not be able to get.
Yeah, and it looks like they're deciding to check that before going into Spiral Cave there.
Yes, a lot of disappointment.
Yeah. The Spiral Cave is very much a one-way trip. You can't go back once you go through there, but hopefully Heiko type doesn't forget about that, because it does contain the Kano Samaria.
And that may just lead him... It isn't really going to lead him back to Meyer, because he has both items. But you will need that for later, because at this point, he doesn't have to bother with killing that really, really annoying piece of many eyeballs. So he can do that much later when he has better equipment and more hearts for it. Yem still needs to find those boots, because every second without the boots is just Haiku gaining on him.
Yeah, for sure. Heiko can make the same checks as Gem, but a bit more efficient. You can dash through the for the area instead.
And it's Heiko's turn here to check out on the water spots. Gem only has one bomb left. He does know where there are shops. We'll see where he decides to go after this eastern. Still has a few caves left to check up on Dark Death Mountain. Oh, there we go. There are the bombs.
And with silver arrows, pretty much the easiest boss fight in the game, if it wasn't already.
Well, I guess a Moldrum that behaves is easier, but that was Jem's first crystal at almost exactly the 50-minute mark. Oh look, there's the bomb shop.
So the dam entrance was at the bomb shop, right? Like the big
Yes.
bomb?
Big bomb shop was in fact the dam.
Okay, Haiku now going for Spiral Cave. That's good.
And Jem is checking out the old man cave here now. Still not seeing what's on the other side.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it's vanilla and they end up on Death Mountain.
I mean, that's really what's gonna open up a lot of stuff here for Jem.
Yeah, we still haven't seen any of the runners go to East Dark World as well.
That was just awful.
Ah, that's pretty rude.
Well, time to check another location.
Yeah, and none of the runners have gone back to that early Dark Cave we saw as well. So that's another connector that we don't really know where it leads to.
Oh, the one at the Lake Hylia cave?
Yeah.
I think you're right on that one. Jem is making the walk over to a genus, and you know there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's gonna take the go into the Dark World here.
And Heiko now does have the boots. We'll be able to check one item location here. Well, that's some sort of progression. That's our first bottle.
Yeah, it's indeed our first bottle, and we do know where Sickit is, so...
Yeah, Sickit is at the Kakariko fortune teller. And considering the Sank start is in Kakariko, that's a pretty quick check.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like that's what the Haiku's gonna do. Man, if it's boots into bottle into progression, that'd be really wild.
It could very much be so. Ah, it's just a blue boomerang. Could see the normal bomb croc here as well.
Yeah, we do know what King's Tome is. That's Hyrule Castle, so not interested in that. Can't even get there in the first place. No. Man, we're hitting an hour here and still no regular Death Mountain access.
Yeah, and no gloves and no hammer as well. So... no mirror. There's a lot of items that can open up.
No,
like plenty of locations at this point.
And our players are looking for a lot of items at this point. Hook shot, both gloves, both rods, possibly mirror, possibly flute, hammer. I mean, it's practically everything.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of items missing at this point, and we also have plenty of entrances missing as well.
It may be time to take the flippers over and check east side. Oh, wait, they can't actually check east side. Just remember, because they can't go south because they need gloves or hammer for that. So flippers don't actually unlock anything on east side.
Yeah, because they can just swim over.
Oh yeah. No, I only thought of the north entrance. They can swim over the Ice Palace area, my bad.
Yeah, and they... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that may be what Jem's gonna do when he's checking out these places here. And entrance Crossworld really is something, you know.
Yeah, it's something magical.
Yeah. Too bad you can only have one brain. Well, Jem has drained the dam over in the big bomb shop. Heiko is stuck here at Skullwoods, thinking where to go.
Jem is gonna get those boots now, though.
He's gonna be very happy about those. Heiko is spending some time here to think about where to go. Jem is going back up north here. Where is Heiko going? I think he's checked the Gina, right? Or oh, there's another cave here. We haven't seen this one, right?
Not sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jem did this.
Yeah. This where is this? The Eastern Cave? The Dark Death Mountain one, or?
The one that Jem was in?
The one that Heiko is in right now.
Oh yeah, it's this is the one that leads to Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah,
but normally it's Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, but this is gonna give Haiku Eastern Palace.
Yeah.
Which is something, but it's not really progression. And Jem's gonna go ahead and find Meyer now, and can full clear it, has everything for it, but it's still a fighter sword Meyer. Does have silver arrows for Vitreous though.
Yeah, silver arrows is gonna make the boss fight pretty easy, and it's not really a lot of enemies that you have to kill on the way over there. Like, even the Wistropes dies by fighter sword.
Well, here's Meyer, and Jem is going out for now.
Yeah,
we'll
probably
go back in later.
Just checking the other entrance first.
We did also see this Turtle Rock entrance here also, but we know that at this point, this entrance doesn't do anything.
Yeah, one thing I'm curious about though, did Jem go out through the other exit here in Turtle Rock? Because there's one more exit that they could go through right now.
I don't think he did. I think he just took the Death Warp and left. I will have to wait and see. And we'll be able to get his second crystal in here in Meyer. Tycho is going to get stuck in Turtle Rock, but we'll see. Just gonna check out that other entrance. Is that the Light World Death Mountain we've been looking for?
Yeah, because at this point I would say finding entrances like connectors would be a pretty good priority when you're still looking for Death Mountain.
And we're hitting the 1 hour mark here, and Jem has 1 crystal, we'll soon have 2, Heiko has 0, and Heiko looks like he is setting this up, yes.
Let's see what this leads to. It's it's nothing.
That's a really weird location. You can do literally nothing there.
Yeah. Can't even go back because you don't have the hammer.
Well, time to look for something else, Heiko. What do you have planned? You can tell at this point Heiko is really thinking about where to go next. And, back over southwest again.
Yeah. This is just the... Oh, okay, yeah, going back to Death Mountain.
He got locked out, so he's going back up here and we'll find Eastern Palace that was mentioned earlier. There's still an item over at the pyramid, which could be something, the Palace of Darkness entrance.
Yep.
The Sahasrara equivalent thingy.
Yeah, just the entrances around Palace of Darkness overall is... There's a couple of them at least. And all of them are accessible right now.
But for Gem, it's about clearing this dungeon. Heiko finds Eastern and goes out. May go back in again. Not buying bombs, despite only having one. And going back into Eastern.
And Gem having both items from here now. It's just gonna go and collect their second crystal.
And Silver Arrows will make short work of the boss. Heiko will collect his first crystal soon. He's already done everything in Mire, so we'll just be able to return back there later when he's in go mode. Or whenever he's at that area, but considering where Mire is, he's not really going to be in that area.
Yeah, might be, I guess, the most convenient time to do Mire would be when you get the gloves. Because you might go there anyways to check an entrance.
Yes, that is true. Where are those gloves anyway?
That's a very good question.
Still looking for so many items in this seed. And also still looking for a lot of entrances. We don't know where Swamp is. We don't know where Ice is. And we haven't actually found a single main entrance to any of the pendant dungeons.
Yeah. I haven't seen any connectors to the Mire area as well.
That's also true. And we'll be able to pick up this second crystal here.
Yeah, it's a very fast and a lot easier fight when you have those silver arrows.
Gem likely will continue his swimming tour over to the east side here. They are running out of areas to check.
Yeah, I gotta imagine at this point that something has to be in that area.
I mean, the truly rude thing at this point is if... I was gonna say, oh, they have to go and do Aga 1 for that Forest Thief singular item, but the thing is that they can't even do that because they don't have Cape or Master Sword.
Well, the Thieves is blocked by Aga 2, not Aga 1.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of the other one. My brain.
Yeah, the Aga 1 was just the uncle.
Yeah, that's right. My brain.
Yeah. And actually, even if they wanted to do Aga 1 now, they could do it, because you don't need Master Sword or Cape since Aga is shuffled.
You can tell I'm not used to commentate this mode. Anyway, now I can finally say something right for once. Yem is going into a cave. And it's a Turtle Rock cave.
Yeah. These items are not quite in logic, but I don't think Jem is gonna care about that.
Nope.
And there's the first crystal for Haiku, clearing out Eastern Palace.
Been waiting to get his hands on that one. And here's a room you don't often see done backwards. Turns out going backwards is much faster.
Yeah, don't have to press any switches.
And I think we may have just found every single key here in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and with these small keys, you can go to the front of Turtle Rock now.
Yeah, that's really wild. But will the front have an item that they're looking for? They don't have the fire rods, so that's two chests they can check.
Yeah, but there's also an exit, so that can be valuable as well.
Is that the Death Mountain exit we've been looking for?
Could be.
It could be. We'll find out in a few short moments.
So when if Gem takes that exit though, it's not gonna be able to go back again, unless they actually get the big key from this upcoming chest.
Well, there's only one way to find out. There's one more item, one more location that Gem can check in here, as Haiku is struggling a bit with the laser bridge. And Gem will pick up 20 rupees.
Yeah, and it looks like Haiku is going the same direction as well.
Yes, and Gem taking the exit here and will find himself back on Dark Death Mountain, blocked by gloves.
Oh, that's just rude.
What even is this?
It's gonna check this this last exit now, at least. I don't actually remember what it was.
It was Peg
Oh,
Cave.
yeah, right.
That was literally nothing.
Yeah, that's why I don't remember it, I guess.
I think the seed is turning into that really awful spot right now.
Yeah, it looks like Haiku didn't get baited by that though, and just decided to check the rest of the entrances here instead.
I think it's been like 20 minutes since they found progression. I mean, 20 minutes ago, Jem finished Eastern, and we've not seen any progression after that, except he found boots, so yeah. The seed is something. Will Palace of Darkness be that Death Mountain we've been looking for? Gonna keep on saying it until it happens.
Yeah, at this point I'm just expecting Death Mountain to be packed with everything.
I think the flute is on the pyramid, to be honest.
That would be pretty interesting.
Well, Palace of Darkness is nothing.
It's
Oh dear. So we're still looking for hookshot, some gloves, both rods, mirror likely, hammer, maybe
Yes.
flute.
So in the beginning of this run, Korek mentioned something interesting in chat, which is that there's one way Aga could be required still, and that is to beat Aga 1 to get the barrier from the normal entrance to get into Aga to disappear.
Oh dear.
And I mean, we're starting to run out of locations, so it's still possible.
Not on the pyramid! Yem is gonna attempt to hover here. Sadly not going to work, but I have to give him credit for trying this.
Yeah, at this point I don't blame the runners for trying any form of sequence break.
What caves do we have left to check?
That's a good question. I'm not sure, because it's not many at this point.
I mean, my brain doesn't work in this mode, so I'm not gonna try. Well, Jem hasn't checked the right side entrance here, but this just leads to Bumper Cave. And as pointing out here in chat, the sick kid was just a blue boomerang. You can't check catfish, this doesn't have the gloves.
Yeah, there's like, I'm not sure what we have left at this point. It feels like they practically checked everything.
What even is this seed? Come on. Yem is gonna check these locations, that's not gonna give anything. He's gonna find some beds and a big heart container on the pyramid. I'm trying really hard to think about an entrance, but I can't think of any.
Yeah, the same for me right now. Maybe the only thing we haven't seen so far is that Aga possibility. That's the only thing I can really grab my mind around right now that I haven't checked.
Beat Aga 1 to unlock the entrance to Aga 1. Unreal if that really is the case, but at this point, can't really think of anything.
Yeah, I wonder how many people even know that's a logical thing, because like, I definitely didn't know that until today.
Yeah, I had no idea. And Heiko is... Wait, are you for real? Do you put me out here? Have we checked that dark cave at Lake Hylia?
I think we have. I think that was the dark cave actually that connected them to the bonk rocks in the dark world.
Okay. So where was Aga 1 again? It was at the Dark Sanctuary.
Yes.
Oh dear. I mean, maybe you get the map in Desert Palace. Perhaps it has some hidden clue written on it.
Yeah, that would be one way to do it.
Gem checking Sick Kid. Nothing there. And Heiko is not going towards the Aga 1 location, at least.
Yes, going back into Ganon's tower, it looks like, to do tile room.
Yeah, there's just a key there.
And the right side is still available if you do the bomb jump. But it's not a bomb jump that most people bother to learn, because
Gem is
basically
really
only an
thinking,
entrance
meanwhile.
that you would...
Sorry for interrupting, but Gem is
Yeah, no.
really hard time to think here.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all for that.
And this is a learning process. This is not a mode that you play often, and this is very obscure because it does look like this is an Aga 1 seed to open up the entrance to Aga 1.
Yeah, at this point I think so as well.
I can only say, wow, what's going on?
Well, it looks like Heiko is going for the bomb jump.
Well, let's see how this works out. Also, this room exists for some reason.
Yeah, it's what they call a trap room. It's meant to make the dungeon a little bit more annoying.
Yeah, obviously, if you play through this game multiple times, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And Yem is going back into Ganon's tower as well.
Yeah, it's also gonna do the bomb jump, I think.
But this could also lead to nothing, that's the thing.
Yeah, but I mean, if this would make them not have to do Aga 1, then I think you would try to do this every time if you actually know how to do the bomb jump.
Oh my. But Heiko gets it.
Yep, just needs to light the other torches and get back in time.
He does have the boots to speed this up and has set up the room for it. So this will unlock 4 items and ice armors, correct? So 3 more?
Yeah, and Bob chest and potentially the big chest as well.
So this is 8 or 9 item locations here. Sam is also gonna try to set this up. And the moment of truth here begins.
Oh,
there's the major progression with the mirror.
A mirror. That might have been enough, most likely, to not have to do Ag at this point.
I mean, that's our Death Mountain access we've been waiting for. Heiko's not interested in doing anything else.
Yeah, that's interesting that they decided to leave straight away, but I mean, with the mirror, so many things unlocked right now.
We'll see if Jen decides to do the same thing, but Death Mountain has to be a big consideration right now. There's still a few other cases you can check here in the nearby area. Jen looks like he's going through with it for now. Well, you know, Aga 1 could still be required if that entrance is, you know, something like Ice Palace.
Yeah, but it's more likely that they will be able to find the Master Sword now when they have the mirror.
Yeah. You have to be very careful here, down to a single heart.
Yeah, it's a bit of an annoying room sometimes if you don't have the cape or the cane. The blue cane, that would be.
Yeah.
Taking a hit by the spike there. And Haiku now checking the second entrance here at the race game.
Oh, no swamp.
Yeah, can check one chest without the hammer.
Yeah, you know, I've seen seeds where the hammer is in that chest, so why not? You're here.
And this seed, everything is possible. And interesting that the mirror was required for swamp anyways.
Yeah, funny how that works. Well, is it the hammer of truth? No, it's the rupees of whatever.
We still have plenty of locations open up by the mirror. And we also have East Death Mountain open now.
The entirety of Death Mountain is freely available. This K45 here first.
Oh yeah, right, because they can mirror. You're right. That's access to everything up there.
Yeah, I think the Aga one is pretty much dead unless it's a dungeon at this point. And even then, if they find a sword anywhere or the cape, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's very
there
possible.
There they are, the gloves.
I just took 1 hour and 22 minutes to get them.
And required finding the mirror from right side Ganon's tower via a sequence break. So where is the fire rod? Because the fire rod is what has opened up all of this.
Yeah, it could very well be behind that the normal entrance into Agahnim. Because at this point, that's what we believe that they sequence break, right?
Yeah, I mean, you need a fire rod to get the mirror. You need a mirror to get into the swamp. You need a mirror to get the gloves. So everything right now is locked behind the fire rod. And there's the Master Sword.
There's the Master Sword. It's going to be very interesting to see what's behind that entrance.
Yeah. I'm still looking for where the other pair of gloves could be, so there is still that factor, but Haiku is making the trip up to Death Mountain. So the Aga 1 dream is dead because of a sequence break. But it's gonna be interesting to see what is really behind that, because there is something. Is it just an entrance up to the Dark World or Death Mountain and the fire rod is up here, or what? Is it just literally a chest, like sea house or something with a fire rod inside of it? Time will tell.
Yeah, and Haiku has so many entrances up here to check right now. Decides to go to the left side first. Makes sense because you can make your way back to the east side later.
Yeah.
And somewhere here on the left side, on the west side of Death Mountain, we will find the old man.
Yes.
Because it will always spawn here on Death Mountain.
Which will give another save and quit point in Kakariko. There's a lot of caves here, though. There we go, there's the old man cave. Meanwhile, Jem has something else in mind.
Yeah, I'm probably going to the dark shopping mall, as it's called, the ice rod cave in the dark world. Can lift up that rock now, and then there's the fire rod.
So that means that Aga 1 led up here. Right, that has to be the case.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Or it led to something that led up here. Like flute, maybe.
Yeah, it could have been the connector here, because there's the hammer.
Oh,
but yeah,
man.
This is a connector up to Death Mountain, so it could have been that connector.
I mean, everything is arriving now. Every single item that they've been looking for this entire seed, locked behind almost certainly that fire rod. And there's the other desert entrance.
That's nice. That's another dungeon you can just clear out now, and it's a 5/6 crystal as well. Meanwhile, Haiku finds the chest game, only gets a couple of arrows.
The arrow game today. Gem's not gonna have any problem in here. Fire rod is the most convenient weapon to use, but should be proficient enough with silver arrows. Osset does have Master Sword for backup. Haiku is thinking again where to go. Haiku is not interested in going through Turtle Rock again, even though it does have 2 additional items unlocked thanks to that fire rod.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about it for a while there.
Jem picks up his 3rd crystal. Jem was the one who found the hammer, correct?
Yeah, Jem found the hammer in... Or wait, was it?
The dark ice rod cave? Rock thing.
Yeah, I think so.
So he can finish off Palace of Darkness and get Pyramid Fairy open. So long walk though. Big bomb shop being in Kakariko, and Haiku has found Thieves Town. And the book.
And also found Thieves Town before finding the hammer, so potentially one item that's not going to be able to pick up here.
That could be a word, but it's already found 2 items in here. Well, Jem may just be heading towards Thieves Town. Thieves Town was Hyrule Castle, yes. Can take the right side and end up on Bumper Cave. And can then use the mirror to get to the Lumberjack, which is, or the Lumberjack house, which is Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, and can also check the entrance up here on Bumper Cave as well. Let's use a fairy.
Nothing important. Well, have you counted how many items Heiko picked up? It was 2 in the first 2 chests, I remember.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, there's 2 so far. Pretty sure.
Still waiting for the other ones.
Yeah, and there's only 1 chest that can have the small key, which is the maiden's chest. So as long as they don't get the small key, they don't even have to worry about it.
Maybe there is still an item left in Palace of Darkness? I don't know.
Yeah, I know that they picked up the map, but I'm not so sure about the compass.
All this waiting, there is so much info to keep track of here.
Yeah, like, we were stuck for quite a while in the seed, and now everything is open almost.
Yeah, they must have spent like 30 minutes looking for progression and a sequence break right side Ganon's tower, which gives the mirror, and that just opened up everything for them.
Gem having the sword beams, they have to do a menu there. It's always nice. I guess they have quick swap on, so you won't have to menu anyways.
Yes, quick swap is a feature that can be used for Link to the Past Randomizer and allows you to swap items using the L and R buttons. Also, blind is dead, and we do see a small key. But we do see 20 rupees, the compass has been picked up. Has the map been found? I can't remember, and there is an item here on Helmasaur.
Yeah, and Heiko also getting the green pendant. And we do know where Sashla is.
Yeah, he's at Swan Palace, hanging out there. Also,
Ice Rod Key.
yeah, that's the right Ice Rod K. We've been looking for you,
Yeah.
and we've been looking for that weapon as well.
Doesn't hurt to get that sword upgrade.
So that's also locked behind the mirror, most likely. Their lovely tracker is confirming that all items in Thieves Town have been found.
That's a bit of a relief for Heiko. Not gonna have to go back in there. And Jam heading back into Ganon's tower. Don't have the hook shot to do the left side, but you can get around with a few bonks and a couple of bomb jumps.
Not the most common ones, but they can be done. Some fetch up in this Ganon's tower room, and some rupees that don't matter, and some more rupees that don't matter. That was a really nice bonk there to get over.
And there's the cape. Not really gonna do much.
Cape and the 2 swords have been found since we spent all this time talking about the Aga 1 thingy. Oh man.
Heiko having plenty of...
So while Heiko found the other 2 bottles, sorry for interrupting, Gem, they're finding the ice rod in Ganon's tower.
Oh yeah, that's a nice find. So we can be Trinex then as soon as Gem picks up the fire rod or Heiko goes and grab that ice rod.
We're just finding every single item right now. It's just hookshot, right? And finding the entrance to Ice Palace.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, we have everything else.
Yeah, potentially still need the flute and titans if we need to go to the Mire area, because we haven't seen any connectors over there.
Oh wait, Haiku found the entrance. Where did he come from? Where did he come
It
from?
was from Paradox Cave.
Paradox Cave. That was up on Lightside Death Mountain, though.
Yeah.
Also do need Titan Smiths. I always forget about those. So this does confirm that you needed to do Aga 1 this seed to get the fire rod.
Yeah, and I was just standing there for a long time thinking, probably just realized what was required in this seed.
Aga 1 required to enter Aga 1 entrance to get the fire rod, to get everything else. Well, I don't think that's something that our players are gonna forget. Well, now we got that sequence break sorted out. Now we know everything is back in logic again. As to speak, no one's gonna do Aga 1. Not from our two players. There are other players in the race and they may have done that. We don't know.
Yeah.
So now we're just looking for that Ice Palace entrance and hookshot again. So, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I wonder like how many people actually had to do Aga 1 for this one. Because that bomb jump is not the most common one.
Yeah, I've never seen that bomb jump before, but I've also never seen this logic in a seed. And I'm here in the Sick Kid cave, I guess. 2 bottles and the bug nut. And Haiku's gonna pick up the hammer here.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be very welcoming right now.
And Yem also realizing the logic of the seed. So you do Aga 1 and then you immediately get the hammer. Which of course opens up left side from right side by the top. And then you get the fire rod. And then you get the mirror in Ganon's tower. Wow.
Yeah, but so by beating Aga 1 you would be able to go to east side of Death Mountain.
Yes.
But that would not let you go over and get the fire rod, right?
You would get the hammer.
Yeah, but you needed the gloves to get the hammer.
No, because the hammer was just straight. No, wait. I'm thinking of another cave. Wait. No, well, you would just take this cave that Jem is taking right now over to left side with the old man and get the fire rod.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it works. This is a really confusing seed.
That's it. I didn't think about that entrance. That makes sense then.
Yeah, so you do Aga 1, you go through the entrance, go into that entrance up on east side to find the uncle, over to the left side and get the fire rod from, or not the uncle, the old man. That's how the seed, or the logic intended you to play this seed, but both our players sequence broke that by doing a bomb jump in east side Ganon's tower.
So this seed is confirmed to be the best seed ever.
No, no.
Aga being required in this way before.
You know, I remember at the start of this seed saying something like, I presume Aga 1 is pretty uncommon in this mode. And it turns out Aga 1 is something that can still happen. I guess that's like 10-minute curse or something. Good job.
Yeah, uncommon is not the same as impossible, so...
So the Aga 1 entrance was in Dark Sanctuary. Guess I'm not going to commentate more entrance Crossworld again if this keeps on happening. And Haiku going for B strats here, just letting the B free. He's gonna use the bug net to catch himself a fairy. And Yem is talking to something.
Yeah, that's
I don't even know anymore what's going on in this.
that's an annoying NPC to bump into because it's such a long text.
Okay, have we seen what Tower of Hera is? Oh yeah, it was this red shield shop. So, 4 crystals, 1 hour, 41 minutes. Haiku has 1, but Meyer is essentially cleared. He's going back into it now.
Yeah, just doing some cleanup right now.
Still need to find that hookshot and Ice Palace entrance. You could still need the flute. And in case someone is still excited about the pedestal possibilities, we still don't know where Skull Woods is. The back, that is.
Yep. And we don't know where Tower of Hera is as well.
Yep. And the Thieves Town, of course, Haiku has cleared, but he is not delivered in the Green Pendant at Sahasrahla, and Sahasrahla is at Swamp Palace.
Yeah, and right now we're just seeing both of the runners all over the place because there's like a million things they can do right now. Probably not a million since there's only 216 locations, but
Well, Haiku is finished with Meyer collecting the second crystal.
on Haiku going for a Mimic Cave here, something that the hammer unlocked as well.
Yeah, we've not seen the Mimic Cave before. I think this is our first check-in here. Oh, it's
Yes,
not
50
really
rupees.
worthwhile. I feel like this seed has had a distinct lack of bomb capacity upgrades.
Yeah, I can't say I've seen too many of those.
This has certainly been a seed that has forced you to think, is Haiku gonna check the pedestal, or is he just gonna go into the Dark World?
I would say go into Dark World, but you never know.
Yeah, I'm still looking for both Tower of Hera and Skullwoods at this point for potential pedestals, so...
Yeah, it's not really relevant until we actually have the possibility to get it, but a gem is going to grab 300 rupees from that tablet. We still have another tablet to check, and with the book we can also get into the normal vanilla entrance of Desert. This entrance to Haiku checks is also another one that unlocks by the hammer, but nothing there.
And we haven't seen that main entrance to Desert yet, so it could be something important.
Yeah, and Gem having both the fire and ice right now is gonna be able to clear out the rest here in Third Rock.
That will give him his 5th crystal. Haiku is heading back on over to Bumper Cave.
Yeah, with the hammer actually we have everything in Swamp unlocked as well.
Not quite, does need the hookshot.
Yeah. You're right, never mind.
And they likely won't be making a trip into there until they have that hookshot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hookshotless Swamp isn't the most enjoyable of places to go into. But, you know, with this kind of seed, you never know.
Yes,
I
I'm
go.
not.
Yeah, I do continue.
So I'm not sure what the goal is, because oftentimes when people play entrance shuffle, you can
Ooh,
set the
gem.
goal to crystals, which means you don't have to beat Aga 2, but I think it's Ganon goals, so you're still gonna have to beat Aga 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that they will have to go through Ganon's Tower and beat Aga 2. But we'll have to wait and see. And Haiku will be able to finish off Palace of Darkness here, and then can just take the portal over into Ganon's Tower. Very conveniently.
Yep. I see a question in chat about the quick swap, if that's something that's legal or not. It is in entrance shuffle, but normally no.
It is an additional feature that I believe it was made in that Game Boy Advance port of the game originally. Yes, the game no one talks about because no one wants to talk about it. Because Link uses Minish Cap sound effects, I believe. And they removed most of the glitches or something. I don't know. I've not played the version.
Yeah.
So Helmasaur is dead. That's more important.
And Trinex is about to be dead as well.
So crystal number 3 for Haiku and crystal number 5 for Gem.
Yeah, and Gem is still has those 2 red crystals, so still haven't seen what the big bomb leads to.
No, but
could be Ice Palace.
it could be, but that big bomb is all the way over in Kakariko. How do you get that into the Dark World? You need to have a portal prepared?
No, you just grab the bomb and you walk down to the Dark World portal at Link's house.
Oh,
and
yeah,
use
okay.
it.
Man, that's a long way to walk.
Yeah, it takes a while for sure.
It could be the progression that they're looking for. Have we seen the shovel?
I don't believe so, but we see a shovel at Hycotype screen right now, but
Yeah, Gem has
don't
the
believe
shovel.
Gem has checked that.
Right.
Yeah, looks like they're going for it right now.
Yep. Digging up some dirt, digging up some... There's that bomb capacity upgrade I was talking about.
Yeah, and yes, chat, you can flute with the big bomb if they have the flute. So that would make it very convenient if they do happen to find it.
And Haiku is done for now in GT. Almost have that for Gem, I presume?
Yeah, looks like it. And can pair it in with the rock that you can lift up, and then also the desert main entrance.
Yeah, we still actually haven't seen the Smiths, you know?
Yeah, they still need the Titan Smiths for that.
Do they? We have the.
Yeah, because
Oh yeah, you can't. The Peg Cave entrance was Turtle Rock, so yeah, they will need MIPS for that.
oh, it's more that they need the mitts to
Rescue
lift up the
yeah,
rock
the first one.
around the frog. Yeah.
I'm thinking too far ahead. I always forget the MIPS. This seed has really screwed up some things in my head, and Haiku is going into a swamp, and Yem is checking the desert main entrance for Ice Palace.
Yeah,
May just be hookshot then, and may not need the mitts in the first place.
yeah, like it's actually not very, like it's not uncommon that you never need mitts in entrance.
Well, there's an item in the first chest. So if the hookshot is here in Swamp, we have a wild race on our hands.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. Oh my god. Well,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Why does I always do this once every race I commentate? Why?
oh, that's pretty crazy.
Okay, so we are in no mode now. We know where everything is. We know that Titan Smith is not required. The flute is not required. The Mire area is not required. But when will Yam go into Swamp? When will Haiku make the trip over the desert?
Yeah, like with so many options open, could take a while.
And Haiku still needs to look for the ice rod. Where was the ice rod again?
The ice rod was in Ganon's tower actually.
Oh yeah, it was.
It's like in the
Left side.
yeah, in the fire snake room, I think.
I guess it's also a good reminder to point out where good old Ganon is. Ganon is to the right of Sanctuary. I guess you can call it the Houlihan drop point.
Yeah, normally where you can Houlihan, it's where the fairy waterfall is.
Wow. So, what do we talk about now? Like,
Well, something that the runners probably they don't know it right now, but they don't want to find the Titan Smiths because that's gonna open up a lot more.
Yeah, the myths are really awful. I was scared that it was gonna be Jeff's chest right there. So Haiku, 4th crystal, 3 left, needs to find the ice rod. Gem,
Yeah,
2 crystals left, needs to find the hook shot.
And with the hook shots for Haiku, they can clear out Ganon's tower.
Yeah.
Like the top part, so they might go back there and be able to grab that ice rod as well.
You know, that sounds like a pretty good plan in my head, but my head has been pretty dumb for quite some time. So Haiku looks like he's gonna do some digging, and I think that was Jem's 3rd item, or was it just the 2nd?
Not sure how many items Jem has found so far, actually.
He's found 2 heart containers in ice, at least, that I know. is Haiku making this trip over to not Bombo's tablet?
Let's
Oh,
go.
it's Hasvala.
Yeah, turn in the green pennant. Oh no!
No! Really bad.
Well, maybe not, because the Titansmiths will lead Haiku. Or never mind, because they don't have the flute yet, so they can go to the Meyer area.
Yeah. Okay, so now the smiths are open that I talked about earlier.
Yep, Smith and
Ice Palace entrance.
yeah, the purple chest, Turtle Rock entrance.
Oh dear. You know that feel when you find myths on green pennant and it's not required?
Yeah.
It's an absolutely brutal seed, and Yem takes down a brutal boss and rewarded with a small key. And he needs to go into swamp.
Yeah.
Wait, is Haiku making the trip to Ganon's tower?
Looks like it. So that's good. At least they're gonna get the ice rod here and beat Daiga too, which they're gonna have to do at some point, anyways. Oh no, going straight up.
No. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hopefully they get back here again.
Yeah, but you clear this and you'll be taken to the top of the pyramid?
Yeah, like it would make sense to clear out the bottom first, but with everything that's happened in this seed, it makes a lot of sense that you might want to take a few shortcuts here and there as well to get some back time back.
I guess that's the only thing about this seed that makes sense.
We do have a number of forfeits so far, and I don't blame them at all.
Yeah.
This seed has been pretty mean.
Yeah, I don't blame anyone for forfeiting after that forced Aga one that neither of us knew about coming into this, and just everything about it. We will get our dead pet check here. What is the most hype that can be here? I guess the flute.
Yeah.
No.
Horde. I mean, if they're really desperate for money, why not?
I mean, Yem only has one less than 1400. I'm sure he needs more money. Well, I guess we're back to the basics. Yem needs to go into swamp. Haiku needs to go to a different part of Ganon's tower.
Yeah.
So what is the average time for an entrance Crossworld?
So the most common entrance Crossworld is paired with Key Sanity as well. And those normally take around 2 to 3 hours. And like without Key Sanity, it's it has the potential to be a lot faster, but it's also like it's a little bit more luck based, I would say, because like there's less things that you have to find, but still the same number of entrances to check around. So
yeah,
it's probably about the same, but a little bit faster.
Well, Haiku finds the final sword, but Yem has found swamp again.
Yeah, Gem is gonna get their last crystal here, so Gem is now in go mode.
Yeah, he just has to open the next chest.
Oh yeah, right. It's actually not in go mode until it picks the item up. Makes sense.
Yeah. So Haiku has killed the Moldorm. More money. I feel like Haiku has had like 3 bombs this entire seed.
Yeah, more or less.
So let's summarize the seed. Awful, garbage, what in the world is going on? I never want to do this again. Or am I missing something here?
Yeah, you're also missing unique, pretty cool. I'm glad I'm not playing it, but it's fun to watch.
I guess that's quite true for a lot of seeds. I guess part of the fun of Randomizer is watching the runner suffer. Our lovely tracker, 12th dock with the hot trash on fire. It's a garbage can then, I guess.
Yeah, and speaking of trackers, like major shoutouts to 12th Doc for being able to keep track of all this and making sure that we can do it as well.
He's done a fantastic job here today. And Haiku is gonna fall down and collect the one and only. You need those bombs. See, now you have double. For Haiku. For Haiku. Meanwhile, gem, hookshot, go mode, yada yada yada. It almost feels like the seed hit jet speed after they found, after they did the sequence break for the mirror, that is.
And that was an amazing job for Gem on that first cycle with all the small pops there.
Fantastic showcase for him, and with that picking up the map. Haiku into Ice Palace, which is a fairy cave.
Yeah, and not only did Gem pick up the map, but the last crystal as well.
Which just means he's gonna finish off Ganon's tower then.
Yeah,
right?
Not gonna have a guessing game because it already has the big key. I guess we could have had a guessing game earlier, but...
we can have a guessing game of how many blue balls Aga 1 was supposed to have.
In this seed, probably 15.
The highest I've seen is 11.
Yeah, I've seen 11 or 12 once, I think, but...
So I guess we should once again bring up the weird part about the seed. You had to beat Aga 1 to get access to the Aga 1 entrance, so that you could rescue Uncle to get the fire rod, so that you could get everything else.
Yep, more or less.
Which include using the fire rod on east side Ganon's tower to get the mirror, finding hammer and gloves, I believe, up on East Death Mountain or something like that. Let's just say everything was locked behind the fire rod, and the fire rod required Aga 1.
Yeah, more or less.
And both players sequence broke it by doing a bomb jump on right side Ganon's tower.
Yeah, I wonder how long it would have taken them before they went to Aga, if it wasn't possible to sequence break it. Like, say the old man had the mirror instead.
I mean, this seed at least, it has definitely broken a few things in my head. Well, Haiku has found ice, but you know, he has to go back into Ganon's tower and get the ice rod.
Yeah, and still hasn't done the back of desert. I'm not even sure where that was.
That was the rock at Ice Rod Cave.
Ah, okay.
Which of course locked behind gloves, and it took them like 1 hour 20 minutes to find those. So yeah, I'm breezing through the gauntlet. Maybe he will open one of the final chests and get his final sword now that he needs it to beat Ganon.
Yeah, at this point, I wouldn't blame Jem for just wanting this to be over as fast as possible and skip the rest of the chests. And Jem's execution is very good at this game, so I'm not even sure if the gold sword would make too much of a difference on Ganon.
There's a reason Gem finished top 8 in the spring tournament.
Getting a little bit trolled by the Nanmolas here though.
And he's done with the hard rooms. I guess it's just the one true final challenge, Moldorm 2, that remains.